Well, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Morning Brew, but black. And I am your lovely host, the Black Girl Magic Master herself, Shakira. Anyway, what? We got as much time as we need on this particular platform. So let's what? Get into it. Now you guys can figure out or look at where I get my news from in the link of the description. All right. All right. So let's get back to it. Let's get into it because, today's commercial was all about what's going on in scammer world. Now it is not nothing new. I mean, since for God's sake, since at least 2015, we've really been up on these scams as far as social media scams, right? Well, more than 95,000 people lost a collective $770 million due to fraud on social media last year. And this is according to the FTC report, okay? That represents 25% of all reported losses to fraud in 2021. And basically, that's a breathtaking 18-time increase over social media scam losses in 2017. 18-time increase. So, but driving this surge, I mean, you're not going to be surprised by this, but the scams promoting cryptocurrencies, i.e., that Squid Game dude that made off with 3.4 million. Yeah, you remember he did the little Squid Game crypto, whose developers made off with $3.4 million. In fact, investment related scams were the most prevalent type of fraud on social media, accounting for 37% of all losses. Romance scams was 24%, where they basically was number two. And online shopping scams, 14% with the bronze medal. So we need to act accordingly, people, because they go on where we go. They're going where we go. Oh my goodness. And just so y'all know, this is where I come from because I'm tired of the scams. I cut through all the scams. I get to what we need to do as far as your small business is concerned because we ain't got time for all of that. No, we do not. So, for all you youngsters who want to pin all of this tech illiterate stuff or this stuff onto tech illiterate boomers, just think again, people 18 to 39 were more than twice as likely as older adults to lose money from social media scam. Talk about it. And this is what the FTC reported. So young people, watch them out. And another crazy stat of the scam people, basically who were identified a social media platform associated with an undelivered goods or whatever. Nearly 9 out of the 10 named were basically Facebook or Instagram. Talk about it. We don't even need to talk about it. But y'all always talking about, hit me up on my Instagram. Everybody apparently is scamming. But basically the bottom line is social media is a gold mine for fraudsters because of the ease in developing a fake ass profile and the ability to use platform advertising tools that literally target specific audiences. Then this is per the FTC report, okay? This is what it found. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you. Also, on Saturday afternoon, ESPN reported that Adam Schefter fired off a tweet that made everybody in New England put down their snow shovels. I mean, for God's sakes, these people actually endured record snow. It beat records. It made records. But basically, Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl champ, and shout out to the Rams. Shout out to my Bengals. Who they talking about? Who they talking about right now? Oh, some Ohioan. I swear that's just how us Ohioans come out the game too. We just come at y'all, you know what I'm saying? We just, you know what I'm saying? We just We just be throwing stuff at y'all. Y'all don't even never see us coming here in Ohio. But I didn't even see them coming east as well. So shout out to the Bengals and shout out to the Rams. Okay, I digress, but let's get back into it. But everybody was reminiscing about Brady. His stupefying career. Basically, people closest to the quarterback said that this basically was not a done deal. So please do not worry. Basically, Brady's agent, Don Yee, Don Yee said, Tom, I'm sorry, Tom will be the only person to express his plans with complete accuracy, aka we want to control the narrative. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, check the link in my bio, in my description. You will see where I get this news from. But anyway, the report was also dismissed by Tom Brady, okay? Just so y'all know, okay? Well, his dad, Tom Brady, Sr., who told reporters that his son hadn't made up his mind yet. And we can believe the fathers. Now, should Brady retire this year, he'll have plenty to keep him busy because he's entering what? Into my world of business. And he bringing all that money and all that good stuff with him. This man has been quietly developing a business empire. Quick tour. Wellness. The age-defying Brady co-founded a wellness company, TB12 Sports, with his body coach, Alex Guerrera, in 2013. Apparel. Brady launched a clothing line called Brady Brand, which sells technical apparel for training and living earlier this month. Crypto. Brady and his wife, Giselle Giselle. She should be Giselle Brady. I don't know what she's doing. But anyway, have taken an equity stake in the fast-growing crypto platform FTX. He also co-founded an NFT company, Autograph, which recently raised $170 million. Talk about it! And content. In 2020, Brady launched the content company 199 Productions, or 199 Production, a reference to his selection as 199th pick in the 2000 NFL Draft. I'm actually enjoying this journey of being the underdog right now. But as I can see, looking ahead, Yee said we should hear from Brady about his future soon. That I probably will need to get myself all the way ready for good change. All right, also, let's talk about something else. You're not on Spotify, though, so you might not care, but after Young and other artists removed their content from the platform over its distribution of misinformation of the COVID-19 situation, Spotify responded yesterday with a number of steps intended to calm this growing storm. It's adding a label to any podcast episode that discusses COVID-19 and providing a link to the COVID Information Hub. It's also publishing its previously hidden misinformation policies. What are they? Well, Spotify said it will ban content that promotes dangerous, false, or dangerous, deceptive medical information that may cause offline harm or possess a direct threat to public health. And that includes that COVID-19 is a hoax, people, and the idea that COVID vaccines are designed to cause death. And you did hear from me. We have had rules in place for many years, but admittedly, Spotify say they haven't been transparent around the policies that guide their content. More broadly, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek wrote this all in a blog. So we're just going to take it as we go because this is how we got here. Last week, Neil Young asked Spotify to remove his music largely due to his deal with the ultra popular podcaster Joe Rogan, who's been skeptical of COVID vaccine and has hosted guests who have pushed the whole COVID conspiracy threat theories. Or the COVID, it's just all wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, also, there's a growing number of other artists that followed along. Joni Mitchell, Bruce Springsteen, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who linked a $25 million podcast deal with the platform, have been expressing concerns. Spotify, get it together. Now, Spotify wants to be known as a neutral platform, and this allows a variety of ideas to run freely without censorship. But as observers like Hunter Walk had pointed out, the company's relationship with Joe Rogan doesn't really fit this narrative at all. So when Spotify struck its elusive deal with Rogan, it decided to treat Rogan as a strategic business partner rather than a random podcaster who throws their content on their platform. So it's not clear whether Spotify recent changes will silence its critics, because, I mean, really, we can't see it. Spotify, we can't see it. Make it make sense. Rogan, for one, isn't going anywhere. None of his podcast episodes have violated Spotify's COVID misinformation rules thus far. We still anyway. So let's move on, because this news began just outrageous. There's some key performance indicators. I remember I was telling y'all that Boston just had one of its snowiest days ever on Saturday. Basically, the local international airport received 23.6 inches of snow in 24 hours, which is a tied record with 2003. So Central Park in New York, though, they got 8.3 inches. The Isle of Long Island got 24.7, and other parts of eastern Massachusetts got more than 30 inches of snow in 24 hours. Oh my God. But this was going to be today's headline, but I really wanted it to pretty much be the last thing that I talk about today. So before we talk about the last thing I wanted to talk about on this particular morning brew, we will make sure that we had everything else mentioned in this news before I got to what's really been on my mind. Okay, so the Lunar New Year is tomorrow. The Lunar New Year is tomorrow. For us moon goddesses, this is just like, anyway. Also, Amazon workers in Alabama, well, their warehouse will vote again on whether to form a union. Now, listen, take a page from what's going on in New York. Take a page. You'll need to be contacting each other and having conversations. But kudos to you, Alabama. Get it together. Y'all need to unionize. Also, Groundhog Day is Wednesday, my people, which calls for another viewing of an all-time great flick, which is Groundhog Day. I'm serious. Also, Rafael Nadal won the Australian Open, but he broke records for most men's Grand Slam single titles with 21. Kudos to you, Nadal, because that other stuff was a joke. I digress. All right, now, also in everything else news, everything else that's brewing, before we get to my pet peeve, you know what I'm saying, because you know I usually get so passionate and I need to calm down. So when I get that passionate, I'm going to reserve it for the last 2 to 3 minutes that I got to talk to y'all here on YouTube. Which, by the way, don't hit like, subscribe, share, please. Y'all not the only one that want to hear this goodness. Oh, yes, I look good, and I'm giving y'all the goddamn brew without no sugar. But anyway, breaking news. PM Johnson addresses on Partygate. Prime Minister Boris Johnson addresses they got the MPS on his Partygate scandal. Basically, the Trump of UK party, the UK Trumpian party, got to some explaining to do as to why he was throwing big old party celebrations during COVID lockdown. It just got to make sense. You're the Prime Minister, Mr. Johnson, or you were. But anyway, so T-Mobile said it will fire corporate employees who aren't vaccinated by April 2nd. There was a modern day Cinderella story that happened to a company called One Better. And the last, instead of better being spelled Better, is Bettor. So One Better, they turned a $20 site credit into $579,000 payout with a long short parlay on the NFL game yesterday. That happened. So, let's get to my soapbox of this whole year, or until we get voting rights legislation put onto the till we get it passed, because right now I am so not forgetting what the hell is the real point here. That January 6th committee, I'm ready to see some public hearings. Do not think that we forgot, because I'm not going to forget that these people tried to literally manhandle the election from us. And they trying to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And the problem, and here's my pet peeve, is I believe that they inspire copycats. And not just here, not just in different states, just around the world, right? This leads to my last and final little freaking update from the news on Morning Brew this morning. And here's the quote. They say they are super spreaders of freedom. That's what they say, these people. These people say they're super spreaders of freedom. But it's this man, Maxime Bernier. He's the leader of People's Party in Canada. Put that to mind. The People's Party? Think KKK. Think MAGA. Think anybody that was out there on January 6th. Think that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they call themselves the People's Party in Canada. And basically, Mr. Maxime Bernier, he spoke at a protest over vaccine mandates that paralyzed downtown Ottawa this weekend. You see how January 6th is just spreading this nasty disease? It was a mostly peaceful event. However, police are launching several criminal investigations into the whole desecration of monuments and threatening behavior towards city workers. I mean, they swinging swastika flags and all. This was viewed in the crowd. We need to not ignore this whole voting rights legislation situation. It's going to save our lives. We got a whole bunch of people that are not caring about your whatever you thinking or whatever you thinking. It has started. And I'm going to need everybody to get real simple and real serious about what they're doing. And let me tell you something right now, small businesses. Everything is about to go up. I hate to be the messenger of bad news, but I will be bringing y'all some good news. I'm sure. Good news always comes. Trouble don't last always. We needed this correction type of stuff to happen. So I'll see you guys later. Love, peace, and hair grease. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Morning Brew, but black. Don't forget to head over to my website, blackgirlmagicmastersllc.com, if you need help with your website, a logo. You got 60 seconds? You want to build business credit to get that real money and stop depending on, what is those? Grants? Anyway, peace.